Hi, good morning, class 6. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing fine, good, healthy, keeping safe, and having fun. And don't get distressed or get or stress yourself, get into tension. There's nothing to worry. Times are good times and bad times all come together, sometimes, and we have to just face it and we overcome things. So this is just a infection of. Fever, cough, and whatever this corona or COVID is all about, I don't care. So I really just be in good spirit, be happy, and nothing will happen. Everything will happen, but it's just taking time. So as per the time, things are going to take place. So don't worry. So we'll do today is English, my English folder, literature reader. We'll come to the unit 5, the fir tree. Okay, so we'll be first on page 47 where we are going to read about our author a bit. Hans Christian Andersen, 1805 to 1875, was born in Denmark, Germany. He wrote many novels, poems, plays, and even travelogues. Travelogues are about traveling, traveling, autobiographies of traveling, or he's been traveling to a place and he writes about it and he gives much more information about places to visit, places to see. Those are called travelogues. However, he is best remembered for his fairy tales, which are enjoyed by children as well as adults. Some of his most fairy tales include The Little Mermaid, The Snow Queen, The Ugly Duckling, The Nightingale, and The Emperor's New Clothes, among many others. Success did not come easily to Hans. He was born with dyslexia and as a child could never spell properly. Now let's look up dyslexia. What is dyslexia all about? Let's see what's dyslexia. Okay, what does actually dyslexia stand for? Let's see what type, because I'm not a doctor. So what is it actually, what type of disease is it? Let's get to know about it. Okay, so when he was a child he could not say. It's a learning disorder that involves difficulty in reading due to problems of identifying speeches and sounds and learning how they relate to letters and words, decoding, also called reading disability. The affects the areas of the brain, that processes for language. There's some machinery problem inside your brain in my language. But if we go it in a different way, we can say that when children are born, they have some problem. How decoding, you can decode. You are decoding, you are reading, you are understanding. Okay, SELECT. You are decoding that. You are bringing the meaning out of it. You are bringing the sound out of it. That is select. Okay, select. So that thing, it was not there. And when he was very bad at spellings, he couldn't get the sounds and pronunciations right. It took almost 10 years before his fairy tales gained popularity and recognition. Andersen himself had considered giving up fairy tale writing at one point. However, he continued to write and finally success and appreciation came his way. Okay, succession came his way. His poems and stories have been translated into more than 150 languages. They have inspired motion pictures, plays, ballets, and animated films. Andersen's birthday, 2nd April, is celebrated as as International Children's Book Day. He was very famous for children. Fairy tales, imaginary fairy tales, which are not possible, but he makes them out and he carries them out. So I have read The Ugly Duckling, The Nightingale also I have read, I have not read The Little Mermaid or The Snow Queen, but The Emperor's New Clothes from childhood, I have read it quite a lot of times. I was in Kesaria school and I was a principal there, and I have taught The Emperor's Clothes there also to class 8, I guess. Yes. And I had to tell it as a story. They were very excited. They enjoyed. Now the origin, the fir tree. What is this fir tree all about? You have seen it's a cone shaped tree, leaves, the leaves, they have pine type of leaves, they are not flat leaves, they are all sticky like type leaves, cone. And the tree is always cone shaped because of snowfall. The fir trees grow on the snow cold areas, and for the snow not to hang and branches to break, that's why it's on a slope type of thing. And it is called the Christmas tree, the fir tree. Now what is the history about it? Let's come to know. It is known for certain when fir trees began to be used as Christmas trees. Historians believe that the linking of this practice with Christianity may have taken place 1,000 years ago in Germany. According to a legend, as Saint Boniface of Crediton was traveling all over Germany preaching Christianity to German tribes, he came across a group about to sacrifice a young boy while worshipping an oak tree. Saint Boniface was very angry on seeing this and cut down the oak tree. He was amazed to see a young fir tree emerging from the roots of the oak tree. Saint Boniface took this as a sign of the Christian faith, and his followers decorated the tree with candles so that he could continue preaching at night. As the Christian faith spread across Europe, the tradition of using the fir tree as a decoration became associated with the festival of Christmas. In some countries today, real evergreen trees are cut down and used as Christmas trees. Do you think this is a good practice? No. Cutting down trees is not a good practice. I don't know where this happens, but in our Christianity we don't cut down trees, we don't take any branches also cut it down. We use trees, false trees which come in the market, we use them. And if there is a fir tree or a pine tree or a slope type fir tree in our house, we decorate that tree instead of cutting it. As much our hand goes, we decorate that tree. So we don't cut trees. So, and Christmas Day it's celebrated is something different. Christmas is the celebration of Jesus Christ was born, our Lord. I am a Christian, so I can tell you about that. And Christian faith is for this happened was there was a sacrifice going on. A boy was supposed to be cut down. A boy was being sacrificed, to the tribes or the Adivasis the German Adivasis were trying to worship an oak tree, and while worshipping that oak tree, this Saint Boniface saw that, and he was very sad that why is this boy being cut because of this tree. So he went down and cut down the oak tree. He was amazed to see a young fir tree emerging from the roots of that oak tree. Saint Boniface took this as a sign of Christian faith, and his followers decorated the tree with candles so that he could do preaching at night also there. He said, even if you cut something, it grows again. So that is faith. Instead of killing someone else. We still have these vague type of faith. We have to sacrifice. We sacrifice hens, we sacrifice goats, we sacrifice whatnot, everything goes on. Sometimes small children were also sacrificed. But does this make sense? No, actually. Well, I don't think it makes sense. So let's see what this story tells us about, and we'll come back I'll come back in the next video and I'll start reading. Okay? Just hold on.